Oh, Stella, you're just barely in the shade. It's going to be another hot day today. Today's Labor Day, 2022. Good day to not be doing any labor. Or are we doing labor? Oh, we're always doing labor. So we're back to working on our little sports car. This is our 1952 Singer Roadster with the Volvo B18 engine with way too many carburetors. And what are we doing? We're driving this thing a little bit. Finally got a lot of ironed out issues ironed out, as you might say. The thing that bothers me, so let me back up. I usually focus on repairs that bother me the most with these old cars. And they always have a whole litany of a list of things to repair, but the thing that bothers me the most right now is the brakes start to apply themselves automatically, dragging all four wheels when it gets hot. If it's cold out, below, let's say 75 degrees, it's fine. But above 75, the car won't roll. And that's just a weird feeling. Come to a stop sign and it just applies the brakes automatically. And I think I know what the problem is. Well, I do. There's two problems. One's big, one's not so big. This is a Willwood Girling copy master cylinder that I put in to the car. It works great when it's not hot. Either the relief port is plugged in the master cylinder, could happen if it's got a piece of crud in there, or the rod that goes to the pedal adjustment is too tight. And I know it is too tight. I can't get enough pedal. You need to have like a gap between the rod where it goes into the master cylinder and the pedal for expansion. And I think I don't have that. This is just such a pain to work on. This is the pedal box. This is where the pedals swing from, this big bolt right here. And the pedals are in here, and when you press on the pedals, you're pressing, they're swinging on this. So I've got to pull the pedal box out, space the master cylinders to get that clearance, or cut the rods off, or get in the car upside down and figure out how to get the rods out, get more clearance. I think the clutch and the master cylinder both need maybe a 1/4 inch more clearance on the rods. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Do I pull the pedal box from the wood here and pull it out and give myself some room? Do I just climb in the car? What do I do? One thing I have found, there's easy access to the Singer. Watch this. You think Jeeps have easy ways of taking the doors off? Look at that. I'm just gonna set the door off right over here. That's how easy that comes off. Now I can work on the car. Okay, I think I got a better idea of what's going on. The pedals aren't coming back all the way. I don't know if you can see up in there. Right up in here where my finger is, I'm going to take my porting tool, grinder, and see if I can allow the pedal box to bring the pedals back a little further. The pedals, both the clutch and the brake, are being applied because I can't get enough adjustment. The throws on the new master cylinders are a little different, so I need them to return more, and they're being stopped by the pedal box. So this is going to be quite the job. Upside down, metal shavings all over my face. Hot metal shavings, trying to get a little more clearance. I just need like a 1/2 inch. So I think I can do it, but I got to get this tool up in here while I'm watching it upside down like that. And that's going to be hard. Contort myself. And on top of contorting myself, getting hot shavings all over your face. Not fun.
All right, so this is the type of gear you want on when you're working on a, I don't know, you can hear me.
This is the type of gear you want on when you're working on a half wood, half British, half American car. Let me flip the camera around for you. Always first, so you want to wear good welding gloves that go halfway up your forearms, some ear protection, and you want to get out your grinder, which I think just threw a bearing. Oh, it's hot. I think the bearing just went out. It's making a bunch of noise, and the whole thing is super hot. You want to get up underneath your pedal box area, and you want to make sure that your pedals come back further than they did before. So these used to line up with the gas pedal, like right there. Now I've got an extra 2 to 3 inches, and that should allow me, without having to cut the rods, to get the play that I need. So I haven't been able to depress the clutch all the way, and I can't figure out why that is. It kind of grinds going in reverse. So I think it's an adjustment issue. So I don't have to cut the rods. I just had to get a little clearance there. You can see all the sawdust in my footwell area, and then I actually burned through a little bit right there. But that should bring the pedals back, and let's see if that helps keep the brakes from being stuck on. Okay, after struggling what seems like hours on the little, where is it? There it is, Singer. We've really changed the pedal position, and I think it's for the better. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, after being suited up with my mask and my glasses and my light and figuring out how to trim up there to bring these pedals back, all three of these pedals used to be in line. Now there's a good 2-3 inches between the gas pedal and the brake pedal. That's how much they've come back. And I have play. Like, in other words, I have expansion room for when it's a hot day for this cylinder to return back all the way. Same thing with the clutch. I didn't have that before. I didn't realize the stop on the pedal box up here, where I actually ground through a little bit here and there. Oh, there's some wood down in there. Weren't allowing the pedals to come back far enough, and therefore applying the brakes slightly. So my brake pedal's probably going to feel squishy, and I may have to readjust my shoes, but that's okay, because now I have expansion room. I never had this before. Never had any play. It was always like pressing on the pedal. So I got to get used to the pedal height, which shouldn't be a big deal. The gas pedal's now further down the brake pedal and the clutch, but I think it's ready for a drive, or at least I can put this thing outside, let it sit in the sun, and see if my repair has been verified. That's what a huge difference. You can see I've got my OSHA approved sandals on. The clutch has like 3 inches more travel, no more grinding going in reverse. Look at that, like butter, and no more trying to find first, pushing up against the synchro. The clutch releases much higher off the floor, and if I jam on the brakes, there's more pedal, or more cush to the pedal. I've got about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of play, but the car rolls now. Like if I let off, hit the brakes, car rolls just like, oh, so nice. Stella, what do you think? Just gonna lay there in the grass? You ready to go for a ride? I want to let this thing sit out in the sun and see if it makes a difference.